All right, let's talk about something big that's happening right now in the world of work. There's this huge shift going on in how we think about talent, about careers, and really, about opportunity itself. We're moving away from the old school ways of judging candidates and focusing on what actually matters, their skills. Today, we're going to break down this whole skills-based ecosystem and what it really means for the future of hiring. Okay, let's get into it. I want to start with a number that should make every single hiring manager, every HR professional just stop and think. 6.1. What is that? Well, according to brand new data from LinkedIn, that's how much bigger your company's talent pool could be. Seriously, we're not talking a little 10% bump, we're talking a 6-fold explosion in available talent. And all it takes is shifting your focus from a person's last job title to the skills they actually have right now. And you know, this isn't some radical idea coming from way out in left field. The call is coming from inside the house. Get this, a massive 86% of HR leaders, the very people in charge of hiring, they agree that just using a college degree as a filter is a totally outdated way of doing things. They know it's leaving tons of amazing talent on the table. The system's broken, and the people running it are the first to admit it. And that brings us to what we can call the talent paradox. You've got companies everywhere desperate for skilled people, right? But at the same time, their own hiring processes are filtering out the exact people they need. So what's going on here? Why is this all coming to a head right now?
Well, it's really a perfect storm of a few big things. First, you've got the insane pace of technology. AI and automation are changing jobs literally every day. Then you have a whole new generation entering the workforce, with 65% of Gen Z workers saying they're genuinely worried about keeping their skills relevant. And maybe biggest of all, there's this growing gap between what you learn in school and what you actually need to know to do the job.
So when you see all that pressure building up, the solution, well, it becomes pretty obvious, doesn't it? This isn't some crazy, risky new idea. Thinking skills first is just the logical, natural next step for talent strategy. It's simply adapting to how the world of work actually operates today. Let's be super clear on what we mean by skills first. All it means is that we stop using these proxies, these stand-ins for talent, and we start looking at the actual thing we want to hire. So instead of asking, hey, where'd you go to college, or what was your title at your last company, the real question becomes, what can you actually do, and can you prove it?
And when we say skills, we're not just talking about being able to code or use a specific piece of software, even though those things are obviously important. The skills-first world really values two kinds of abilities equally. You've got your technical skills, things like AI literacy, digital know-how. But just as important, if not more so, are what we call durable skills. You might know them as power skills or soft skills. We're talking about critical thinking, communication, teamwork, leadership, the stuff that makes you adaptable and valuable for the long haul.
This leads to a really cool and powerful concept from a report by ETS. They call it evidential currency. It might sound a little bit like jargon, but think of it like this. Your resume makes a claim, right? I'm good at project management. Evidential currency is the proof. It's the certifications, the micro-credentials, the real-world project portfolios. It's the verifiable, trusted proof that you can actually do what you say you can do.
Okay, so now let's get to the data, because this is where the whole skills-first approach goes from a nice idea to an absolute business imperative. Let's really look at the numbers behind unlocking all this hidden talent.
And look who's back, our headline number. That 6.1 times larger talent pool, it's not just some abstract number on a slide. For any of you out there struggling to fill roles, feeling that talent crunch, this number represents a massive, real-world expansion of possibility for your company and for all those candidates you've been accidentally overlooking.
And this chart? Wow, this is where it gets so powerful. It shows you exactly who benefits the most from this shift. Sure, the talent pool for people with degrees gets bigger, almost 6 times bigger. But look at the talent pool for workers without a bachelor's degree. It expands even more, by a factor of 6.3. This is how you find the hidden gems. This is a direct path to a huge, skilled, and historically ignored part of the workforce. The impact on diversity is also pretty amazing. Let's take a field like AI. Super high demand, but also one that's been historically dominated by men. Right now, women make up about 26% of that talent pool. But just by switching to a skills-based hiring model, that number immediately ticks up to 28%. It's a clear, concrete way to actually move the needle on equity in the tech world.
So, this isn't just theory and data points. This is really happening. All around the world, this collaborative ecosystem is already being built. Let's look at some real-world examples of who's leading the charge.
The World Economic Forum calls these projects lighthouse initiatives, which is a perfect name because they're literally lighting the way for the rest of us. And the key thing to get here is that this is a team sport. It takes companies, schools, and governments all working together to build the new plumbing, the new infrastructure for the skills-first economy.
So, in the corporate world, you've got giants like IBM making these huge commitments. Their Skills Build platform isn't just some internal training tool. No, it's a global goal to skill 30 million people by 2030, and they're specifically focusing on underrepresented communities. They get it. To find the talent they need in the future, they have to help create it now. Then you have the education world, which is totally transforming its approach. Take a look at Metropolia University, over in Finland. Every year, they get thousands of students working on projects that solve real-world problems for actual companies. This isn't just learning from a textbook. It's a direct bridge from the classroom to the workplace. It's creating that evidential currency we were just talking about. And this example from Cambodia is just a perfect illustration of how powerful these partnerships can be. The Academy of Careers and Technology there literally works hand in hand with private companies to build their curriculum. What does that do? It makes sure that high school students are learning the exact digital skills that local employers are dying to hire for. It creates this perfect, seamless pipeline of talent.
So here's the bottom line. It's really not a question of if hiring is going to become skills first. The only questions are when and how is your organization going to adapt, because this future, it's coming up fast.
I mean, just look at the contrast. It couldn't be more stark. We're moving away from this rigid, exclusive system where a degree is a proxy and careers are a straight line, and we're moving toward a dynamic, inclusive system where skills are the real currency, careers are these winding journeys, and opportunity is opened up for so many more people.
And if you still need convincing, just look at this number. A global survey found that 80% of people believe that by 2035, which is just about a decade away, having verifiable proof of your skills will be seen as just as valuable as having a university degree. The writing's on the wall. The momentum here is absolutely undeniable.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to take back to your teams. Take a hard look at your own processes. Look at your job descriptions, your interview questions, how you decide who gets promoted. Are they built for a world that doesn't really exist anymore? Or are you actively building a system to find, to hire, and to develop the incredible, diverse talent of tomorrow?